When asked, "How are you, my child?" I responded honestly. Today, I am a child born from exile, a mere seed of displaced children expelled from the mother's womb, aching to return to their island. Disciplined, and their hopes of obtaining generational wealth, blessed in kisses de abuelita from Papito Dios, porque siempre te cuidará. Let's sit for a second. Enjoy this moment and be still in it. Standing on stages hasn't been the easiest lately. Yet, as I pull these pieces back to me, allow me to prove to you that although what is given can just as easily be taken, the strength that lies in forgiveness can never allow division rooted in difference. Because when I was young, my mama told me language barriers exist. I must be stupid because you don't understand my native lisp? But I outgrew you, didn't I? Raised myself from the ashes and rooted myself deeper than you ever thought possible. My people, who have proven time and time again to be as strong as hurricanes and ever-present light dusting of tierra sagrada. You can find us, clutching rosary beads, quick to talk in tongues during prayers. Allow me to kiss both cheeks, intent to send you home bendiciones. Oh, at least my abuelita anyways. In 2017, I spoke to you all about our history, painted you pictures of our Puerto Rican victors, and for some, I planted seeds of hope in between each stanza of poetry. Today, I speak to you all about resilience. You now know the tale of the exiled children. Today, I urge you to taste the sweet flavor of rebirth. For some, this is a homecoming, an awakening, una clase mezcla de la vida. Some days she'll taste like sancocho, earthy to keep you rooted, yet other days she resembles the dull taste of homesickness. Belly aching, palate uninterested due to the smells of mommy's kitchen not making it over Caribbean waters, simply indifferent. They tell me I have sharp edges, but if you allow yourself to take a walk with me, I just might tell you my secrets. So the reality is, there are days I must face my abusers as I enter rooms. I lock eyes with them, unwaveringly, because I know in those moments that folks fail to uplift me, my ancestors urge me to hold me. And I do so lovingly. With locked arms and heavy breathing, I fall to my knees and watch the world I love combust into rubble. And then I watch it come back together again as one. Some days I am the culprit. Some days it is simply the weight of these burdens. See, my papa's calloused hands are reminders of his times on the tobacco field, because he couldn't get a corporate job. But to me, he was a hero with his dark complexion, and as his skin glistened under the burning sun, he wore his straw hat and sang tunes from the island and still managed to laugh. When he walked by, they whispered, "Jíbaro." But to me, he was always simply Papa. He often tells me stories of the time on the island, and it saddens him he simply cannot go back. I spend nights tossing and turning, yet aware it is a privilege in itself to not have to feel the weight of returning back may look like. But even I fight the urge to leave everything behind and return to my beautiful Borinquen. But home, the land of the valiant Lord, my island, has become restricted to me. Inaccessible unless for vacations, I dread every time I must leave and return to a life in the States. The land in which we speak of revolution in whispers, watch our children succumb to illness because language barriers are just as potent ammunition for those born killers, poverty to reinforce our realities, a double-edged sword when breaking our rich port's touristic picture. They call us ungrateful, because they feel as though citizenship will ease their blows when the reality is we are children born from displacement. Beautiful for our culture, but undeserving when it comes to receiving aid, and we are bodies that are worth more than tax breaks, more than your embargo treaties, so pa'l carajo con todas las leyes. Escritas por las manos de los gringos que no saben de lo que es ser puertorriqueño. Thankful. The young lords taught me, solo el pueblo salva el pueblo. And in these veins runs the blood of generations of survivors, medicine women, young warriors, and gifted scholars. See, Mommy says everything is el propósito de Dios, but I remind her, my people have bones like sugarcane, hearts like the gold pillaged from their islands. See, this poem is for mothers who sent away their sons and daughters to the States to work in hopes of obtaining a better future. So they sent them off with shaking hands and tear-filled prayers, packed us bread and galletitas in hopes that we never lose taste of what home is. For the children, scattered like sprinkled stardust across the diaspora and archipelago. See, relocation must be heavy-handed like Mommy when she's cooking. Los poderosos who never turn their back on home because they understand that no amount of lightouts could ever put out their hope for a better future for their ciudad. Porque los puertorriqueños se quedarán siempre. This is an ode for the ones who still feel so damn far from home. Beautiful, ever-changing beings, stuck in between I don't belong and I long to be. I exist to tell you it is safe here. We are the mezcla, the true definition of what America means. They call us the melting pot. But instead, we gave them una clase de sopón. We fed them as they requested until their stomach hurts and then were blamed for their sickness. They tell us the only way that we can make it is if we leave behind our rightful place and live amongst those not yet ready to hear our contributions to this nation. But some days I imagine what our ancestors would tell us, what they would say to me, to you. Can you hear it? Like a fierce yet gentle whisper, hidden between the song of the coquille. Lean in for me. Can you hear it? Can you hear me? I made you stronger than those moments. I built your spine out of iron and lined each vertebrae with sapphire and jasper to remind you, do you hear me? You come from a lineage of kings and kin of strong elders. I molded you with brown hands from the very earth to remind you that all shades of blackness will always be worthy. And when you fought me on the day you first seen light, I reminded you, you were here to serve a purpose. So do you hear me, warrior child? Descendant of the wild woman? Firstborn child of a hungry king, I wrote your prophecy within you and with you. And lit candles full of affirmations when you weren't watching. So I hope you reread it when folks who were sent across you no longer remain docile. Cling to it. We're reclaiming your place in this world and never remain doubtful. Cling to it. During moments in which you contemplate shattering the veil, those are simply moves made backwards. See, life, my only advice is to cling to it. Tap into me. Do not run from me. Fall into me. No, do not jump to me. Stand tall for me, and please do not abandon me. For a life without our connection is a cycle lost to the matrix, a body dumped in the river of colonization. Mori, never forget the smell of tuila or the weight of our caracoles in your necklace. For to be a child of Borinquen is to be a child born from exile, yet forever protected by Ata Bey's blessings. Thank you.